Good morning, everybody. My name is Liz Canavan. I'm Assistant Secretary General here in the Department of the Taoiseach, and I'm Chair of the Senior Officials Group for the COVID-19 Emergency Response. So every day at this time I will update you on what is a dynamic and evolving situation. So firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the huge public support and solidarity that we have received in these challenging times. And I'd like to reiterate that this is a public health emergency, and our most important advice is wash your hands and observe social distancing. So particularly with that in mind, we have received significant feedback and concern from the public relating to non-compliance with social distancing over the weekend, particularly in leisure spaces. It's clear that the vast majority of citizens are complying with the guidelines, but compliance is not universal, as you'd all have seen. So the CMO is continuing to monitor the situation. However, we will be meeting with teleconferencing with relevant public authorities, including National Parks, Wildlife, Coillte, the Heritage Council and local authorities, to develop clear, simple public messaging so we can enjoy these public spaces safely at this time. In terms of data, I just wanted to mention the Government is committed to being as open and transparent as possible during this time, and a team has been working to develop an interactive dashboard on case data, and we expect that this will be published on gov.ie from tomorrow. In relation to social protection, everyone who applied last week, the payment will reach their bank accounts tomorrow, and Revenue are also going to be providing daily COVID updates online from tomorrow. If you have applied for a payment, there is no need to ring us. The Department of Employment Affairs and Social Protection have also asked us specifically to mention that they have become aware of a number of members of the public receiving phone calls from individuals purporting to be from the Department and requesting their bank or financial institutional account details. You will not get a phone call asking for your bank details from the Government. In addition, people who are in receipt of social welfare payments will move from a weekly to every 2 weeks. This will minimise the need to visits to the intro offices, and the Department of Social Protection will be giving out some further messaging on this in the coming days. In relation to the Department of Justice, visa applications are now going to be taken online. 7,000 applicants have been contacted to let them know of the change in the arrangements, and this is to avoid people having to come to offices. So there will be a temporary closure of the Immigration Registration Office in Burkey. That happened last Friday, so that's with immediate effect from this morning, and the office is facilitating approximately 450 to 500 appointments per day, so they will now move online. In terms of volunteering, we understand there's already been a very strong registration for people to volunteer. Thanks very much for that to all of the public, and we're encouraging more people to do that. We think we've around 8,000 already, and we'd ask people to go online to volunteerireland.gov.ie so that we can capture all of those in a single place so that we can best deploy the skills that people have. In relation to supply chain, there is no issues to report. We're having ongoing dialogue in relation to supply chain, and Minister Humphreys will be meeting the retail sector later this morning. In relation to transport, we just wanted to mention also that some people over 70 would normally have a requirement to have a medical in order to renew their driver's licence. So if they're over 70, so they don't need to worry about that. Renewal until July for those with no underlying illnesses. The Competition and Consumer Protection Commission also issued some information last week I wanted to draw to your attention. They have concerns about advertising of products that are not fit for purpose, so we're asking the public to be mindful of that, and they are looking into certain cases already. In relation to An Post, the announcement this morning, just to emphasise there are no mail delays, just some later deliveries for some people, as An Post seek to stagger staff start times in order to protect their own workforce. In relation to Bank of Ireland, we have some information that Bank of Ireland has announced this morning that it's temporarily closing some branches from Tuesday. They have stated that their priority is to keep as many branches open as possible while protecting their staff and their customers. We are particularly mindful about regional, rural and older customers, and we've asked them to bear this in mind. So thank you for your attention. We will publish all of our information, all of our links will be up on the gov.ie website, so that's the main source. and the next briefing will be with the CMO at 5:30 this evening. Thank you.